on there? Sending data. I don't know. Okay, guys, we're going to have to start all over, I guess. Okay. We're breaking up. Hi, Stacy. Yeah, I'm sure we're breaking up. I don't know what happened there. Oh, come on. I don't know. I've never seen it do that before. I've never been booted out and those bastages. That's right. Never had that one happen before. That's a new one even for me. That was a train wreck I wasn't used to. It's all Jeff's fault, Sissy K. There's Canadian.
Dang, this
There you
flight
are.
is getting rough.
I was going to send you all another link. There's Slick Willie. Come on in, Slick. There he is.
Alrighty.
It must have been on my end when you were breaking up because right shortly after that, it just threw me off, ended the stream and everything.
Nice. Well played.
Willie's uncle did it.
Willie's uncle.
Willie's uncle.
Oh, that was a good one, Brenda. That was a good one.
Couldn't resist. Sorry.
Oh, geez.
What'd she say?
It just seemed to fit the situation.
Oh. Okay.
We'll blame it on Willie's uncle.
Yep. So all right. So these messages are basically transmitted for exactly what it is. It's an emergency. So when they get them, they go into the stateroom, crack it open, 2 people authenticate it to make sure that it's a good message. Now, these messages inside the skipper's safe are put there prior to the boat going on deployment. So these messages are in full intention of if something happens, they transmit this order. The government of the United States is fully prepared for what that order is authorizing that sub-commander to do. So there's been a few channels on YouTube that have been talking about these EAMs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went through some of my old notes, and they're unclassified. And basically getting some of the old frequencies that I could remember. So started listening through some of them, and the reports were true of some of the YouTube channels that I were seeing. They were transmitting quite a few messages. So after yesterday, I was down in the dumps like everybody else. I felt like, the country was lied to. Maybe this guy is legitimate. Everybody in my circle that worked in the community I worked in, they're all scratching their heads. It's like, man, what the hell is this?
And you know what, Jeff? When all those results started coming in, and I was looking at those 14 states where the NG were sent, with their cyber units. And I thought, well, looky there. All of
It's
those same
correlated.
states, all of those same states, and those representatives from the other side only 2 weeks ago weren't even close to winning. They weren't even close. And then all of a sudden they're all taken over. I thought, oh yeah, here we go.
Well, and I kept telling Mike and Travis, I said, this is going to play one of two ways. Either it's going to be like it was, or there was going to have to be an event that would stop it. And when all these EAMs started getting broadcast, I was thinking, there may be an event that's going to pause this. Well, the event happened, meaning the E.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? This makes no damn sense. So I contacted a buddy of mine and we're talking. And I told him a few days ago, because he worked DURSUP with in the same DURSUP group N5 as I did. And he said, and he knows more than he's letting on, which is natural.
It's understandable, yeah. There's only so much they can say.
Right. And he said, well, just think of the reasons why an EAM would be transmitted. So naturally, the first thing I thought of was, they're planning to attack, or someone's planning to attack us. So that doesn't make any sense because of the force posture. And then when I went back through some of the flight data from, 4, 5, 6 hours prior to the polls opening, that's when I started seeing a lot of electronic sweeps going up in the air, like the E4s, the big boys. So that, and when Travis was telling me that Julie was saying things that made in her area that made no sense, and they were texting me saying, "Hey, what's this plane do? What's this one do? Because this doesn't make any sense." So the next thing that I thought of, okay, in the EAM, we just had the big E, or the little E, we'll call it. We believe the big E was taken. So Mike Lindell was doing a live stream, and he was showing the data burst where some shenanigans were going on. Nice spot.
Got it.
So then it just out of the blue hit me. If they knew that this was happening or was going to happen, is it possible that they started to transmit EAMs to the subsurface fleet to basically inform them? Now, this is just a theory. It's not backed by anything, just by putting pieces of the puzzle together. Because, I'm going on the assumption that DJT hasn't lied. And he's not part of a criminal syndicate. The possibility that every one of these EAMs transmitted to different targets, could it possibly be the change in the National Command Authority structure, meaning who would the commander of that submarine and his crew take orders from? Because as of yesterday, or we'll say prior to the EAMs, any orders would come from Joe Biden. But if these EAMs possibly could be what I think they might be, it might be to change the orders to where you are going to execute orders based on Joe Blow, General Berger, whoever. That's who your new commander-in-chief is. Because if they took 2020 and the JAG attorneys come in and brought everybody into a plea deal and basically saying, look, this is your deal. You do as we instruct you, and you'll get to retire, live out your life, whatever. So they entered into these plea deals. Well, possibly the military wanted to see who was going to be faithful to those deals. And hence, they let the mids happen. And any of these people who got caught up into the second heist, their plea deal would be null and void. And now you're getting charged with treason. And there is no deal. You are done. And
Amen.
and this is not only a question for the panel, but for the chat as well, because I don't know. Has Chuck Schumer or Nancy Pelosi come out and done a victory walk yet?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't think there's been a peep out of any of them, is there?
Okay. Now, I know there was a video out there, and I shared it with Travis and everybody. Shared it with guys that I know in the agencies of the Bay Area News, where Nancy was walking out of her garage with two females beside her, walking awfully close to her. So, is it possible that they found out that the speaker was also involved in a double, I'm going to enter into a plea deal, but now, no, I'm going to try to do it again. Help whoever do it again. Because I figured they'd be doing a victory lap today.
Well, and when you refer to that video, Newsmax actually did a piece on it and then took it down. And
Yes.
It says, does Nancy Pelosi look like she's how did they word that?
Detained?
Yeah. Or is she being indicted, or does this look like an indictment? And then they took it down.
Right.
Immediately. Now there are some recorded versions of it.
The one that I got, I saved that joker because I sent it to everybody I knew in some of the agencies that I knew were, we'll say, constitutionalist, and it's all in perception of how you view things. And if I'm or she is the third most powerful person. Why were those fucking people like so close to her? Because all she was doing was walking out of a garage into a armored vehicle. Why are you? Because if that, hypothetically, if that was me, I'd be like, look, idiots, give me my space.
No doubt.
It didn't look like she was in control of shit.
No.
And yeah, I don't buy the whole clone craziness. I mean, yeah, the technology's there to clone animals. I mean, shit, they did that in the 80s. But I figured these Democrats would be out doing a victory lap.
I did too.
And explaining to the American people how our ideology and our path forward, you put us back in office again. But I haven't, of course, I really wasn't looking for it today. I was trying to figure other stuff out. So now let's fast forward to November 15th. And when Travis and I talked today, I said, look, this possibly is his last shot. Because in my train of thought, in my thinking, is if he comes out at Mar-a-Lago and states he's running 2024, his gig is up. Any of us on this panel can beat him, because all you'd have to do in a debate is say, whenever questions asked, you said, we caught them all. You're a liar. You don't deserve that office. And, oh, by the way, we're going to charge you with an attempted coup of the U.S. government. Now, is it possible that on the 15th, something else is announced prior to DJT coming out in his own home? You know, could a 4-star, 5-star, well, be a 4-star Marine come out and basically inform the American people what happened? It would have to be something that couldn't come from Donald Trump and stretch. If what happened, it would definitely have to be somebody from the military. And could have possibly, where they announced that, you know, a presidential executive action document was done, because Trump can't come out and say he's running 2024, or his whole thing was a sham.
Pretty much.
And yeah, and don't get me wrong, I think 99% of Congress, Senate, they're corrupt as hell. Every one of them.
When he said that he was going to make an announcement on the 15th, it never once crossed my mind that he would announce running. Because if he did, then that would mean he conceded the previous E, the big E.
Yeah,
and he won't do that.
Yeah, and I know there was a discussion about that. And it doesn't even have to be about that. It's about perception. Because you had told people that you caught them. You caught them all.
Oh, yeah, but the mainstream media, they're all running. They were the first ones to spit out that that's what he was announcing.
Right.
And that never even crossed my mind. But of course, you know, whenever the mainstream media is spitting stuff out, you need to look 180 degrees opposite.
No doubt.
Well, and think about this. Think about what, some other people are putting out there that a lot of people tend to think is far-fetched, and, they call him everything but the human race. How long would you be able to keep this nonsense? Because the way I calculate it, you got 2 years and a couple months. After that, the guy's gone anyways. So something has to transpire, or we've been buffaloed. And I'm still in the camp, even though I got, I was very pissed off, but it shouldn't have pissed me off because, hell, just a few days prior, I had stated that either it's going to have to be canceled or something else is happening, or we've been duped. And I just don't think we've been duped. There's too many warning signs. There have been, even though people think, oh, you guys are making this shit up. I'm not that intelligent to make this shit up. Because all the warning signs, a lot of stuff, they are just throwing it in your face. And even though I don't listen to it today, some reason, something told me to watch Biden's speech today. And I don't know if anybody watched it. Probably not too many.
I watched it just long enough to say I can't stand to listen to this idiot anymore.
But to me, it wasn't about listening. Well, parts of it was about listening. The other parts were, he didn't stray from his message. He didn't bumble and stumble like he normally does. He stayed on message. He didn't wander on stage. The only thing that he did was drop a piece of paper. And he picked it up. Everything else didn't seem like, to me, it was the normal crazy Joe Biden.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't watch enough of it to stand it. I know that Lauren's saying, "Oh, Tater said no more drilling, gas, oil, and no more mining." He said it's over. This guy's delusional. You just can't, all right, so let's just say, for instance, they've got some secret source of power that's going to take the place of this. Well, they're a long ways from getting it implemented, I'm telling you.
They're putting them out there with these messages to deliberately piss off the people enough that they're going to wake up.
Well, and here's my, I have a big problem with, and it's nothing against anybody, but from an operational perspective, waking people up doesn't mean, it doesn't have shit to do with anything. Because if that was the case, when Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait and George Herbert Walker Bush sent the United States military in there to liberate Kuwait, was there ever a situation where the White House and the White House Situation Room, where they looked at the president and said, Mr. President, damn it, we know Kuwait's calling us. The ambassador just called us. We got to make sure that the American people are waking up to understand this. Right. I don't buy into this whole, and like I said, don't take the way I'm explaining this as being rude or anything. I think that's all bullshit. I think that was all bullshit to keep people tampered down.
Well, they lied
Because
about Saddam in the first place, didn't they? I mean,
no,
he
well,
wanted
nobody,
he,
no,
he
nobody.
wanted to go he wanted to go to the gold standard, and as soon as he started talking about that, that's when they went in there.
Well, nobody truly knows, and I know I've said this before on this channel. I had a platoon chief tell me that unless you were in the room, you physically seen it or you physically heard it, you don't know shit.
Yeah.
And it's so true. But no, the whole moral of that story was not one person that I could believe would say, well, Mr. President, we got to make sure that 80% of the people are awake to what's going on. That's just fucking nonsense. Because there's no clause in the Constitution that states for the U.S. military, you have to wait till 64.3% of the populace is awake to do anything. And it's horseshit.
Hello, awakened. Yeah,
Now,
I'm with you on that.
well, and do I think that they've intentionally done shit, meaning the U.S. military or whoever, in what I believe to be the biggest military psychological operation to save this country and in the republic? And because everybody knows that if this republic falls, the world is over.
Yep.
It'll be a damn bloodbath, and they know it. And that's what they were hoping. In my opinion, that's what they were hoping for.
Well, that's like Sparkle Socks and Freeland. They're so deep in up to their necks in that Uranium One deal that they're doing everything they possibly can to destroy this country and distract from what's going on. But I really hope they get tangled up in that web really fast.
Look, and I'd still say to today, where, you would figure, hell, maybe even Barack Obama would come and say, see, the policies that Joe and I have are what the American people want. And this fringe group that calling themselves MAGA, they don't know what the country wants. They're just a bunch of domestic terrorists.
I think
yep, go
I
ahead.
think that stadium full of people in Michigan told them different.
Well,
that was funny.
And I'll tell you what, and you can mark my words on this. November 15th, if DJT comes out and says, I'm running in 2024, I believe you're going to see the same shit happen to him.
Game over.
And I hope it does. Because if you make that announcement, you have sold this country out just like the rest of them have.
Yep. Yeah.
Hi, Dawn.
And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's fact. That right there will seal his fate.
I just don't see him doing that because that would mean that he's conceding.
Well, I mean, how many times have we heard people in his inner circle and himself saying, no, we can't move forward. 2020 has to be done before we can move forward. While we move forward, And until, like I said, the guys that I worked with, they were a hell of a lot smarter than I was. They're kind of in agreement, and they'll even flat out tell me some of my stuff, the theories that I come up with are batshit crazy. Now they're starting to see that, okay, there is a very, very, we're going from a 45 lane highway, and now we're coming down to 2 lanes, and somebody's going to have to pick a lane.
No doubt.
And what people need to remember is that as soon as he said he had an announcement to make, it was every single MSM channel saying that that's what he was going to announce.
Right.
And you can't trust even an interview that they show, because you don't know whether it was green screened. You don't know if the interviewer was actually there. Everybody says, oh yeah, I saw so-and-so doing an interview on this channel. Yeah, but how do you know when that was recorded, when it was taped, whether it was green screen? Like, you don't know, because you can't trust anything that they say.
No. I agree. What do you think about Peed, Jeff? I really don't think he'll be running it. We'll be announcing a run. What do you think about Peed? I don't know what that means. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, I thought maybe I got booted again.
No, and see, there was one of the MSM stations that put out today that Potato may have a real run on his hands in 2024. Are you kidding me? That guy will be lucky if he makes it, whatever it is, whether it's a guy or a robot or who knows. He'd be lucky if he makes it to the end of this year, let alone to 2024. It's all the spin that the MSM puts on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm so tired of getting 10-second clips of a video that's an hour long, and they just cherry pick.
Yeah.
Cherry pick what they want to get out of it. And so I'm skeptical of all of it anymore.
Because they don't give you the context. They just give you what they want you to see.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Hang on here.
So much information.
I guess our H is still alive over there.
The only people that came out and said that that's what he was going to announce was the MSM. That's it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I don't trust them one iota.
Oh, there's Jeff down there waiting to get in the room. Sorry about that, Jeff.
But that's all right. I think I froze up or got muted again.
Okay.
But no.
What is the P? What is a PED?
Okay. Yeah, a PED is a presidential executive action document. And
Okay.
me personally, I think that's what they were looking for when they raided Mar-a-Lago. I think they were looking for what he put in place prior to him leaving, because we haven't heard anything about that. I mean,
Except that he's suing them.
Well, shit, that's a daily occurrence. But if he does anything on the 15th that talks about 2024. He's done. He better hope he's good friends with Vlad. But I just don't. I don't see that happening, because not only would it cripple him, it would cripple his whole lineage. Done. Those kids done. Grandkids done.
Yeah, and his whole family has put their lives on hold for the country, so
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. There's no doubt. Oh, we got Don 07 in here.
Don 07?
Don 07. Brrr, brrr,
Heels Up's in the house too. Look here.
brrr, brrr. Don Ritchie, line 17. Cabal calling. Line 17. Don Ritchie, the Cabal. I love messing with Don. He's so funny.
He cracks me up.
And the thing that's so funny about it is I'll mess with him in chat and people think I absolutely hate him. How long are you at your mom's for?
Until my mom tells me she's doing better, and then I've got a couple of trips kind of planned that I'm going to go. I'm going to run to Denver. My buddy had a bike wreck back in, I believe it was Memorial Day, and he got all messed up. I'm going to go up there and hang out with him for a little bit, and I've got several little trips on the agenda.
Right.
I tried the link and it didn't work. Let me get you moving.
Yeah. Don, I had to tell Travis and a couple other guys today that I was really worried about you and Rhino and whether we were going to have to send somebody to get your guys' shoelaces.
All right, let's see here. I gotta grab this.
No, I don't partake in the Trump rallies. I don't like being around a lot of people in that type of environment. Just from, being operational in the field, it's kind of almost like not a PTSD type thing, but I don't like being in groups of people.
it puts you on alert like you were before, right? Like,
Yeah, you kind of it's just kind of like tradecraft. I love people watching, and it's probably one of the reasons why in the business I was in, I was somewhat good at it.
yeah, I agree, Travis. You should spend as much time with your mama as you can.
Oh yeah, I will. My brother's trying to get me to take a mechanic's job down here, working for them. They've got a bunch of stuff that's messed up. So I may do that for a while, and I may like it. May decide to stay. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think we should take up a fundraiser for RH. That way we can get him some medication to calm his ass down.
Oh man, I'm telling you, the night that I was there and he was screaming at the TV. The TV was saying some stupid stuff, and everybody was mad. I seriously thought he was going to
Go off the
tackle
deep end.
TV. Yeah,
Right.
I think I heard somebody come in, but I can't get the screen to scroll up.
Yeah, I heard the boo boo.
Yep, I did too.
Maybe it's the cabal calling.
Bring, 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 bring.
Cindy said, "Get him some gummies."
Yeah.
No doubt. We'd have him all messed up. RH is a good guy. When he gets excited, he gets excited.
Get him a big Cheech and Chong cigarette.
Left-handed.
Yeah, like a whole field of wacky weed.
No doubt. I don't know what's going on. It will not let me scroll. There it is. Okay, I found you, Julie. Annalisa, how are you?
Hi, Miss Julie.
Are you there?
Yeah,
she
can you
muted?
hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say hello, and I'm just glad Jeff's on. So,
Yeah, that way you got a break.
what's that?
I said that way you get a break.
I just
And
am really enjoying. Go ahead.
I said we started to work on the Julie kickstand collection.
She's got specifics that she wants there, Jeff.
Well,
You got to have a stethoscope. You got to have a stethoscope. It's the 5-pound kickstand. 5-pound kickstand.
Kickstand. Shit's so funny.
We sat and laughed about that for hours the other day. She would throw new ideas out there. I was just cracking up.
I mean, that's some funny shit. I mean, and here's the thing, like when that event happened, it's like I can find humor in anything, and to me, being in business, I'm like, man, that's a hell of a thing, right there. Nurse Julie, the kickstand collection.
Kickstand collection.
Yes.
But
I'm gonna have to break down.
But it has.
Put them up there.
But it has to be snap on and snap off collection.
Well. That could be the second series. Have a stethoscope with, a kickstand with a belt on it. Fucking hilarious.
The possibilities are endless here.
Are endless. I mean, shit. We could get you into T-shirts, coffee mugs, beer steins.
Kickstand Julie.
I was on and I was on the treadmill for an hour, and I had all kinds of ideas.
Oh yeah, we the guys at the shop. I mean, because I have these machines to make shirts and all this other shit. And I'll tell you what, they come up with some funny shit. Like one of the guys that play in our dart league. He's Romanian. Well, his parents are of Romanian lineage, and they had the Vlad the Impaler. Well, these idiots decided to take a picture of a corpse and then run a dart through it and make it all bloody. And I was like, man, that's a seller right there. We're going to make about $25 a shirt on this joker.
Well, Well, there has to be one that says my kickstand is bigger than your kickstand. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. We definitely put some slogans on this one.
I just couldn't. Go ahead, Jeff.
Shit, maybe we can get them to sell them in their merch store.
Yeah.
I
So Sam
just
was-
couldn't.
So she can
I just could not believe it.
Fucking
That they
hilarious.
would.
I was dying the whole time. I mean, I was laughing so damn hard my sides hurt. I was like, this is retarded. Because I shouldn't even be laughing about this shit. But it's so funny because all I kept thinking of is marketing ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's that stupid shit that sells.
Oh, yeah. Look at the things that make people rich. I mean, it's usually something silly.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
well, I'll
funny.
be happy to model them and stuff like that. Have each one come out.
There's no doubt you're gonna have caps, shirts, sweaters, hoodies. It's so damn funny.
Yeah, I
So
saw that,
funny.
Carol. I saw that. Their lucky eggs is all that was being thrown at them.
Helen saying that he did it a couple minutes ago because there's get rain or the rain's starting to move in. Yeah, I heard Orlando was getting beat up pretty good. Is the reason I sent y'all a text because I was concerned with y'all.
They got another hurricane coming through.
Well, I think the hurricane's quite a ways away, but I think the storms are starting to brew.
Oh wow!
No, actually, it's pretty because of Cat 1 now. It is a hurricane. And I was actually watching the Storm Chasers earlier. So it should be in just going to hit landfall around 1:30 something like so.
So what do you guys think the odds are that we're going to see Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer come out and do a victory walk?
0.
Yep, 0.
And that should be pretty telling.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, I'm gonna drop down for the evening. I gotta be in the shop at 6 a.m. We got a bunch of stuff coming in. So,
Thanks for coming up, Jeff.
oh yeah,
Man.
and I'll have Joe or one of the guys get me a proof of the kickstand collection, and we'll shoot it off. And once we get your approval, we'll start manufacturing.
All right, Jeff.
All right, guys.
You got. Thank you, Jeff. Oh my goodness.
Dawn's got an idea. She's Travis on a Harley with the kickstand holding the bike up and in a nerd outfit. Oh my goodness. This is so much more fun than all the serious shit that's going on. You know what?
Well, he lost. Oh no, I guess not. Oh, I don't. Between me having a wig and me having a kickstand, I don't know which.
Hey, we could probably sell a bunch of those wigs too.
Yeah,
We could get Nurse Julie wigs with or without the kickstand.
yeah.
With the snap on,
Snap on, yeah,
The snap on kickstand, it'll be optional.
yeah.
But the snap on kickstand is optional.
Yeah, well, I like the one that my stand is bigger than your kickstand, you know.
I like that too. I do too.
Oh, my word. I can guarantee I don't have a kickstand. That's why this is so funny. Oh my gosh. Hmm. But, you know,
I needed a laugh. I was kind of in the dumps.
See, Travis, I told you you wouldn't have no problems. You'd have lots to talk about.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't realize I talked so much.
And you laughed a lot too, so that's
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
well, that was interesting. I'm glad Jeff came on. And I, you know, before I even popped up, I was I didn't want to interrupt. I wanted to. I'm glad he came on and talked about it.
Yeah.
He was on Rhino show, I think it was. Or was trying to put out clues, and I'm like, look, my brain is really tired. I just need a picture here.
Whoops. The chat just jumped.
Kicking
I
it.
need I'm gonna reach out to
Did you
Don. He plays the guitar, and
Stacy-
we're gonna a song that's called "Kickstand Julie."
Stacy, by the way, good to see you. She made a comment kicking it. That's a good one. That's a
Hammer
really
shake.
good one. Oh my god.
I'm dying here.
Speaking of that, Travis, did you see that comment that I sent you day before yesterday or yesterday, I think, about Nancy spending all of her hard-earned insider trading money to get a new set of cans only to come home and find her husband playing hide the hammer?
Good night, cameraman. Oh my heavens! Yeah, we're gonna start after the national anthem every night. We're gonna have Kickstand Julie song.
Oh my. These people.
Good night, camperman.
Snap on. Oh my.
I don't even know why somebody would.
Good night, Helen.
Good night, Ellen. All right, that song only if you take over the Antifa channel so I can play it. I'll take it over there. I think the other channels decide they're going to quit dragging people down. I don't know. We're not going to pay them any mind anymore.
I don't think so. I think you just need to ignore one. And who cares what they think?
Yeah,
We're
and
all-
don't lower yourself to their standards.
Nope. You know, hey, you want to come in here? Fine. But, you know, you need to act decent. And it's just craziness. It's craziness.
Yeah, it is.
Richard, I'm not changing my name. No, I'm keeping Nurse Julie. As a matter of fact, that is my official handle from YouTube. Is they're passing out the handles. So the kickstands, and my kickstand is.
Nurse Julie kickstand by Snap-on.
Yeah.
We'll have to,
Yeah.
we'll have to make a commercial.
They could find a real, like a cute nurse, but a cartoon nurse, or something.
Right. We'll have to animated. We need an animated
Yeah.
nurse.
Yeah. With
We can
big
actually,
blue eyes.
I've got an app on my phone that we can actually make you a cartoon character from your photo that'll
Yeah.
resemble you. So,
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
yeah, I went over to RH's last night, was it? And that was a good show over there.
I watched the whole thing today. Even though, it was from last night, I just enjoyed watching it.
Right. Yeah, there was a lot of good information. We had a good time over there too. We didn't have a bunch of interruptions by people, and we just kind of went through and talked about things that were going on. And I thought, all in all, it was a good show. It was a long show. It was 8 hours and 16 minutes or something when I quit.
Oh,
Good night, Cindy
I
Fuller.
watched all
That's
night
Cindy.
tonight, or all day today. Yeah. Brenda,
Yes.
how are you?
Making the best of a bad situation.
We're gonna get you there. So one way or another. I can't spell, so if my spelling's wrong in chat, don't hate on me.
Good night, Miss Cindy.
We have Debbie in here too. She's kind of quiet.
Yep. Debbie's been awful quiet.
She might be having a power nap.
Well, let me confess, I just had a power nap. So
I've done
I
that
woke
for the
up.
last couple of days.
Yeah, I fell asleep, and I was watching the storm chasers on TV, and before I knew it, I was out.
I slept through the last 2 rallies.
Yeah.
You'll copy. We still got some over on the other channel too. I forgot I was wrong. Good night, Stacy. There's y'all in Florida.
Good night, Stacy.
Good night, Stacy.
Applebee's on Veterans Day is giving veterans a free meal. I know if you're listening, you can go get you some rhino snacks at Applebee's. Go get your rhino snacks. Get them while they're hot. I'm glad somebody still does that. Oh, look at that. RH. Is that RH or is that the Area 111 guy?
No, our Area 111, I think. RH has a wrench, so
Yeah, he has a wrench. That's him.
I
I'm
don't
just giving him a hard time because he talks bad about himself all the time, depending on which channel he's on, right?
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
She has a wrench. Test RH. Well,
upcoming event 27 minutes. Oh Oh, meteor showers. Oh, that's cool. Here, I'll drop RH a link if he wants to come up.
Yeah, she didn't even answer us when we brought up her name that she might be napping.
Who, me?
There.
Debbie.
Me?
No, country.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe she is having a nap.
Hey, I've been known to get a nap on here myself. Did you see Don's comment? He knows a guy that has a laser cutout table. He's going to get you a kickstand made. What color would you want?
Oh,
My personal preference would be purple, but that's just me. I'm weird that way.
well, I don't know. I would think pink. Pink is my favorite color.
Uh-oh. Is this the RH guy or is this the 111 guy? What's up, RH?
This is Area 111.
Welcome.
Hi, RH.
Hey,
What's going
RH.
on? Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Hey, I couldn't find your live again.
Good.
And Brenda said, "Well, let's do a live." I said, "Okay." So I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to you at all, brother.
No, I didn't think you were. I got your comment. I saw it. Do y'all check out the live meteor shower? It's actually
I'm
live.
watching it. I've got it pulled up on my phone. It starts in 25 minutes.
Yeah, if you keep watching, that 25 minutes is where the best actual view, because that camera is skewing like left and right or whatever. So
yeah.
I mean,
echo crash. Dawn, Richie.
I
Hi,
just wanted
Dawn.
to come up. I just wanted to come up to get kicked off to make keep the tradition right.
Hi, Don.
Hey, sweetie.
oh, there goes a nice one.
Nurse, it's going to be pink.
Hey,
Okay.
Dawn.
Yes, definitely pink.
Where's Bonnie?
Pink is my favorite color. Go ahead.
Dawn.
Pink eye.
It'll be butter coated.
That'll last.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Mute your mic, Dawn.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Well, you were fine when you first came up, and then it started echoing. So just mute it when you're not talking.
Oh, it's because the signal just went to hell.
Son of a.
I got him.
That's okay.
Okay, I'll just leave.
Just mute. No, just mute.
Here, Dawn.
Oh,
When you get
You
ready,
don't need to
No.
leave.
Fuck.
When
I can't
all right,
even
it's
leave.
not on.
Just
Not Dawn. Oh, there he left.
here he went. Poof, he was gone.
I muted him and it still wouldn't work. I wanted to ask Dawn about this. I found a piece of flint today, and it's got a really sharp thing. I don't know whether it's a scraper, maybe that they scrape hides with. I don't know whether he knows anything about that or not. My brother does. Anyway, I thought it was cool. Shut up now.
Hey, Julie,
Yeah.
my cat keeps bringing me mice.
Goodness.
I mean, I love her to death for getting them, but I really wish she wouldn't bring them to me.
She's showing you that she's doing her job.
Oh, yeah. It's look, Mom, look what I did. Well, that's real nice, but don't bring it here.
So are you guys
When
in weather?
We just got an outer band just went through, and it's kind of quiet now. with no rain now, or just a few drops. But all right, good to see you, Canadian. As I told Travis, uh, y'all are welcome now. Ted seems like he's doing all right. Y'all want to put up your fund me channels or pages, whatever, in the chat whenever I'm live. You're welcome to do so.
I'm glad he's doing better. Hey, RH, did you ever ask Shane about that natural supplement that he got for his brother's diabetes? It might help Ted.
Oh no, I didn't get that.
Ask Shane about it because he got it for his brother, and his brother had really bad diabetes. And I'm not giving medical information. I'm not a doctor, never claimed to be, not on TV, not on YouTube. I'm just talking about a natural supplement that might help someone feel better. And his brother took it for a month, and he could eat anything he wanted, and he hasn't had any problems with his diabetes since. But that's just his personal account. So you should ask Shane about it.
All right. Well, I appreciate that info. So,
Yeah. Because he got it for his brother, and it did wonders. Oh, Carol Z said she knows the name of it. I want to think that it's called Synachrome or something, but I could be wrong. But Carol Z said she knows it. It might help Ted immensely and help him with his healing and recovery, right?
yes. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, definitely.
Especially at
Something
his
else,
age, he could use
something else,
that
something else
kind
too
of help.
Yeah, something else too that works really good for diabetes is cinnamon bark. My ex-mother-in-law was taking 2 shots of insulin a day, and she started taking that and shot down to a pill a day.
Well, and see, I know the stuff that I recommended to my girlfriend who had severe rheumatoid arthritis. Her hands were almost like locked in balls, like in knots. She couldn't open her fingers or nothing. And she drove truck that way. And I got her to try it, and within like about 6 months, her hands were almost completely straight. But in the meantime, she had got her mom to take it, and her mom had been in a wheelchair for I think 5 years, and she was taking, I want to say, 4 shots of insulin a day.
Wow.
And she apparently got her mom on it, and after a year of her mom taking it, her mom was up walking 2 miles a day and down to 1 pill for her diabetes.
That's amazing stuff.
And it's all made from natural plants and sterols and sterilins. That's it. That's all that's in it. And I'm not a doctor, and I don't claim to be, and I don't pretend to be one on YouTube, and I'm just giving out personal experiences and information on natural stuff. YouTube. So, not sorry, YouTube.
Right. I got my doctor's degree on TikTok.
That's scary.
It's just fun.
I think Country fell asleep.
She may have. Well,
She's had a couple really busy days too.
Well, she doesn't sleep well.
I'm awake.
Oh, there she is.
I'm awake, y'all. I'm just listening.
She's had a couple really busy days with her boys and everything that's been going on.
A lot of stress.
Yeah. Catches up with you.
Yes, it does.
Caught up with me. I slept through 2 rallies.
I fell asleep in the chair 2 days in a row. But does anybody remember the old-fashioned Dairy Queen hamburger from way back when we were youngins?
Yeah.
I never had one.
Oh, you haven't? There's a place in Stinnett, Texas, that it is exactly the way it tasted 40 years ago.
Ooh.
Are those like kind of like? Have you heard of Crystal? Like Crystal burgers?
I never eat it, Crystal.
I think I remember the Dairy Queen burgers taste like the Crystal, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
They're kind
possible.
of like, I don't know what you call them, like sliders, the small ones. They're like, is that like a full burger or whatever?
I had a belt buster, the DQ burger and a dilly bar. That's right, Richard. No, I had the belt buster. There's only about, I think, I know of 3 Dairy Queens in the whole United States left that still sell the belt buster. And that's what I've always ordered. It's a double meat hamburger, onion, mustard, tomato, lettuce. But oh, I haven't. It was
Yeah,
good.
that's the name. That's the name of it. RH Cinechrome. That's the
Yeah.
stuff he got for his brother.
Okay, is it in chat?
Yeah,
I'll
she
pop
wrote.
it there.
Carol Z put it in chat. It's called
Okay.
Cinechrome.
Okay, Helen's got it. Thanks.
Okay.
She wrote it down, I think.
I wonder if it's got the cinnamon in it.
I'm kind of viewing
Yeah.
this. I'm just amazed
Yeah,
with
it
this
does.
asteroid shower going on live that we see now. Just because it says in 16 minutes, that doesn't mean that's going to start in 16 minutes. You have to keep watching it, and you see all the meteor shower, whatever, asteroid shower, whatever. You'll see them cross the screen. It's pretty amazing. A big one just went
Okay.
through.
Okay.
You think these things are traveling like 20 or 30,000 miles an hour? You know what I mean? To even be able to pick them up on the camera, pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess this is a telescope, right?
I don't really know because see, out here, that Milky Way view that you got right there, in the summertime, we get that here. It is amazing here.
Yeah. What's the weather like now? Do y'all have clear skies?
I don't know. I haven't been out this evening. It's been beautiful here.
I don't know if it's, visible by the naked eye or not. I'm not sure. I was actually just going to try to find your channel. I saw that on YouTube.
That's
Clicked
cool.
on it.
Yeah, I'm watching it over here on my phone.
Well, I don't know if you kind of like listening when we were reading like Matthew chapter 24. But remember, we experienced that full lunar eclipse on election day. I wasn't
Right.
wasn't able. Now we're having this asteroid and it's kind of unusual phenomenon or whatever you call it.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I
Oh.
guess that's it.
There's John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
That's it. 45 degrees by me. I don't know what it is. It was a beautiful day here.
It's 54 here right now.
Let's see what I got.
Well, y'all beautiful people, I think I am going to go to bed. I have
Yes,
to be
ma'am.
up in
Right.
3 hours.
You sound tired.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, I'm pretty wore out, y'all.
Whooped. Love you, Miss Country. Have a good sleep.
I love
Yep.
y'all too. Y'all be
We'll
Don't be
talk to
too
you in the morning.
all right, y'all. Trouble.
Us?
Okay.
that's all.
No,
Night, night.
never.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night, Country Homestead.
Night,
night.
Debbie.
Rach, night, Julie, not everybody in chat. Bye bye.
Good night.
Good
Sleep
night.
Night, Sue Ellen.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Night, time boy.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
See what I couldn't remember all the names the last time I went through that. That's funny.
And Travis, you were
Yeah.
worried about having enough to talk to for an hour and got your first time. We got zapped after about an hour, and you've done another hour since. And you're smiling.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I feel better.
Well, that was the
What,
whole
did you
purpose.
get another show taken down, Travis?
We don't know what happened. RH. I got the little yellow warning that said
It was wild.
it's having difficulty. So I went up to refresh it, and it took the whole thing down off of YouTube completely.
No,
Yeah,
I saw the show. I saw the show when I got on here.
we were all clueless. None of us knew what was going on.
I couldn't get back in there. They were in the back room over there. So I got back in, and we hit the live button, and it went live for about 30 seconds, and then it booted us again. And we weren't talking about anything really.
Yeah, I got hit tonight. I got basically my entire Xbox went offline. You know, I have a cable, high-speed cable connection. You know, for my internet, and it just went choo like that. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a power surge like normally you get, like if there's lightning or whatever out there or high winds, you know what I mean? It was just like real quick, like they preempted me off my connection. You know, I thought I was going to lose my connection, but I didn't lose my connection because I was on. If I was running live stream off, say, my Xbox or whatever, I would have lost the channel tonight.
Right.
And it was before we didn't have any winds at the time at all, as calm as can be, you know. So
That's crazy.
Well, what we were actually talking about when that took place was those messages that have to be authenticated by 2 members of one of the underwater boats.
Well,
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Well, the show is still there. So Slick Willie on there was Jeff. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
I'm gonna have to listen to it.
He wasn't on there very long when we got booted.
Yeah.
So we
But that's what we were talking about when that happened.
Yeah.
Are those
Hey,
the
Dawn,
EAMs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
Well,
Dawn, I'm going to say something to you, and you'll probably know what I'm talking about because you know that I like to watch the rallies and then go through and find the numbers that coincide with that board. And we're going to do a private show on my channel, invite only. As soon as I'm going to up my StreamYard account so that I can have 10 people. And then we'll send out private invites for anybody who wants to listen. And we're going to go through and do that because Travis said he wants to hear it. And Country said she wants to hear it. So we'll do that on a night as soon as I get my StreamYard account upgraded. And then we'll do it in private in the back so they can't take it down. And then Travis said he's going to record it and put it up on his Rumble.
Yeah.
I would like to hear it as well.
Okay, we'll send you an invite then. It'll be invite only because it's going to be private in the back room so that the restream and the tubers can't take it down.
Right.
Yeah. We have fun. It's fun to be all together like that and be able to.
Gerald.
Hi,
What's
Gerald.
up, buddy?
What's happening?
I haven't seen Gerald Cummins in a while. The 17 channels, no more. They toasted me over there. So we hang out over here, buddy.
So you've got 55 and 59, so you have to get 56 and 57 ready.
I also have 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why? I don't know. They're just random numbers.
That's what I asked you. What were you thinking?
ADHD 17 squirrels. Ooh,
Yeah. Well, this number sounds good.
Well, the 17Q one was just, I've never followed it. The Q drops. I've never followed 17. I've never followed any of that stuff. But that was designed just to get heads to explode. I mean,
Just to poke at people.
Hey, do y'all see the other share I said? Okay, going on now. We have not only have that meteor shower or whatever you can view, also there's a possible supernova explosion. I didn't know that all this stuff was going on. You know, this is crazy, man. The Betelgeuse, whatever. You can bring that up. It just basically looks like a big red dot in the middle of the screen, but they're saying there's a possible supernova explosion, what happens only once every 10,000 eyes 10,000 years that you can see with a naked eye.
Ah. Well, this first link that you put in there, this is just a picture of the Milky Way. It's a really good one. I'm guessing that's probably taken somewhere out in Arizona.
Yeah, that's an actual live meteorite shower. I forgot the name of it.
I can tell you the name of it. It's live Orion Meteor Shower 2022. It's on the Real Facts is the name of the channel. But it's pretty cool. In the summertime, we get the stars like that here, and I just love, you know, there's not songs about Amarillo skies for nothing.
Man, there's a whole lot going on. Not just a lot going on this Earth and this planet, but
Right.
I don't know how much I would trust coming from NASA, though.
I don't think this is being streamed from NASA though.
No, but they're putting out all kinds of stuff. Oh, we heard an explosion. Oh, there's an asteroid coming. They're putting out all this fear porn. More chaos to distract people.
Well, I mean, I just think it's interesting. I like looking at now that asteroid shower. That's live. That's, you know, I mean, that's not manipulated or nothing.
No, I mean, I get the meteor shower. I'm talking about all the other stuff that they're putting out is just to create more chaos, to create more fear.
Yeah, I understand.
I didn't realize this, but this stream started 3 weeks ago, and the countdown is 5 minutes and 12 seconds now. So I'm not sure whether that's when they're going to end
on the asteroid. You mean the asteroid shower?
The meteorites. Yeah.
The first one that showed.
Yeah, that's 5 minutes until that position is in the best possible spot.
Okay.
So, but you still see the meteorite shower. I mean, the meteors, you know, going by on that view.
Yep, there one just went by. That was cool as crap.
And you know that Latrobe rally that he did? I got a lot of stuff off of that. But I wish I had got the stuff that he was saying about Arnold Palmer and Gettysburg, because those were two things that he's never spoke about before. But there was so much information in there. And I was so busy listening to what he was saying that I never got any of that stuff. But I still got a lot of stuff from that rally. Just not those two particular conversations.
Right. How many flags go over at the Fetterman out those?
Oh, I don't watch it. That guy's a tool. I can't believe anybody would vote for that brainless twit.
I know a lot of people from Pennsylvania, and I don't know anybody that voted for him. But
I mean, who in their right mind would vote for those policies that he stands for? Seriously.
Probably a lot of dead people and illegal immigrants that don't even know they voted.
Yeah, millions of them. It's like, isn't that coincidental?
Oh, I forgot to ask you, Travis. Is that all right to talk about stuff like that? And you'd let me know, because probably going back and forth. I pretty much said everything you're not supposed to say tonight on my channel. So while trying to keep my channel up, I didn't do a very good job tonight anyways.
Well, I don't think it has anything to do with what the mainstream media jumped on, Gerald. And the second that he made that comment, every mainstream media was saying that he was going to announce a run. And I don't believe he would ever do that, because he said he would never concede until the big E was fixed, solved, corrected. But it was the MSM that was putting all that out. I don't think I go 180 degrees to everything that they say.
Yeah, if Gerald, you want Jeff B's comments about that? He's got a whole theory. The first part of the show was he was talking about what he thought could possibly happen. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the first show, right?
Well, he did it. He did it the second time too, though, when we first got him back up here. Or did he?
No, I think it was the first show.
It could piss us off, Gerald. It definitely could.
Does it have anything to do talking about involving the military?
Yeah.
I think there's any way around it. I think they have to act, you know what I mean? I mean, that's just my opinion based on it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. There ain't nothing like it. It's not like we have any control of what does or doesn't happen. We're just voicing our opinion of what could happen, right?
Right.
But
Possibility. We're talking about
since we actually went over the fact that the resident 1600 Pennsylvania actually extended that 13848. So that's a lawful executive order, right?
Yeah.
So I think he was compelled. Maybe somebody twisted his arm and said, "Hey, you better do this, or you're going to have some problems," right?
This is the second time he's extended that too.
Yeah, just this past September, right? He extended it again.
Yeah. I'm going to get my camera set still.
And see, RH, when I first saw the results coming out yesterday, the first thing that came to my mind was, 5 days ago, the NG was sent to the 14 problem states that had the biggest amount of corruption in the big E, and they were all sent there with cyber units. And that's the first thing that came to mind when I started seeing those results come out, because not one of those turds on the blue side did any campaigning. And only 2 weeks ago, every one of those turds had no chance of even beating their competitors. And all of a sudden, every one of them was winning.
Yeah, well, this is my take on it. They had to do something. They were kind of like pushed in the corner where they had to, even though the military, traditionally likes to stay out of this kind of thing. They had no choice this time, and this is just my opinion. Just my opinion, but it's not just the National Guard that's involved directly.
No,
they don't have the full resources like Space Force.
Once they're involved, they can bring in the Marines, correct? They can work together.
Well, one thing we have to realize that the military is still a civilian. The civilians are still in charge of the military. And when we're talking about the Secretary of Defense and the governors, when we're talking about the National Guard, so I'm thinking that there's more oversight of the National Guard as far as the National Guard is concerned, as far as our governors. I think the governors, the attorney generals of each state are basically overall in charge of the National Guard, but that doesn't deter them from their operation. So when you have the National Guard involved in that cyber surveillance, they also have to get resources from Space Command and Cyber Command, because they're not going to have to be able to shore up that type of operation without the help, additional help from, say, like for example, a major command or like space command or cyber command or something like that. That's just my opinion.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
brings me to a question there. So, all right, so if the National Guard was brought in, does that mean that the governors activated?
No, I don't think so. Not for those states because they were all bad states.
Well, but that's the question, though. But I thought that the National Guard were more state controlled than they were federal. I'm just asking because I don't know.
Well, I don't know. That's the reason why, because we don't know the we don't have no any direct inside sources or anything like that. We wouldn't know anyways if we did have because they wouldn't put out any of that information as far as an operation going on like that. We really don't know who mobilized the guard.
Well, and that's
We
kind of my point, though. But I thought that the states had to do that individually to their own national, the National Guard to their
Right.
state.
Yeah, I thought so too. And maybe they were compelled. Maybe they were compelled. I'm saying compelled by, okay, you're going to either do this or, we're going to arrest your ass. I mean, I'm trying to be nice about it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, because it was the 14 worst states in the Big E.
right. So remember, this has been really an investigation. It's not like this cyber surveillance that just started, for this election. This has been going on since 2018. They were
Yeah.
already prepared for that in 2018 in September. The
Yeah.
order was already put out. So they had to monitor it.
Yeah, Justice, we were talking about that with Jeff on the first show earlier tonight.
Right.
Yeah, that's all we were talking about on my show tonight. I mean, the whole show was pretty much dedicated to that. The first 3 hours was. So we went in, I think, pretty good depth far as covering that, from pretty much every aspect you could think of, but and again, we don't have any inside information. This is just our opinions and what we believe might be going on.
Exactly. Nobody knows for sure. There's probably 10 people or less that do.
Well, and also we know that the guy in that 1600 Pennsylvania, that resident there, he has no idea. I mean, his cognitive ability is just so far gone that he couldn't order a type of operation like that. So he's being told what to do. So if the order came from the White House, as far as commander in chief type level, that order was relayed to the resident, in my opinion. Go ahead, Travis. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. No, he said, I'll be back. Is that it?
Justice, we had Jeff up earlier on a previous stream before it got squashed, and we don't know what happened. It was really bizarre. But he was talking about what you were just saying there. About the double verified messages that they get on the underwater boats.
Yeah, when we're talking on the exact subject about the consulate in Houston that was shut down, that's when my high speed cable internet connection was shut down. And it wasn't like we were having high winds. It was calm. There was no lightning, there was no storms, there was no rain, there was no high winds.
Is that Rhino?
Maybe.
Rhino, we can't hear you.
Yes, you can.
There he is.
Hi, Rhino.
Oh, that's Nurse Julie. Oh, and they got that guy Area 111. Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know about that guy, man.
I don't know. I think he's going to
What
get
do you
wet.
think about? What do you think, Rhino?
About. Oh, I just listened to something to Simon Parks, and I'm like, I'm pulling my hair out. I'm like, you're going to tell me that we're doing this shit because you're trying to wake up the other assholes in this country that don't know what the fuck's going on? I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I'm like, I don't give a shit. There's 150 million people that are dead flat fucking asleep. You know what? They can stay asleep. We don't fucking need them. Put them on a fucking boat. Let them go watch fucking turtles.
Rhino, why don't you tell us what you really think?
I mean, realistically, okay, tomorrow's Thursday. My personal opinion is if we don't have this shit unfucked by Friday, a certain individual can go walk wherever he wants to walk. I don't want to hear another thing he's got to say. I mean, this shit is just flat out stupid. You're going to tell me that Carrie Lake is having any kind of problem beating Katie Holmes? Please. You know who your next president is going to be if we get through this bullshit in 2024? You ain't got to worry about Ron DeSantis because Carrie Lake will wipe his ass all over the floor. She'll be your first female president of this country. If you've ever seen her answer questions, that bitch is like fucking Yosemite Sam fucking hitting bottles on the range. Pow, pow, excuse me. She just sits there nice and calm and turns the shit back like Kayleigh McEnany did to do as press secretary. She goes, on my left foot, boom, hits you with a twerk out of the 12 gauge. Oh, let me talk about this. Boom, 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 boom. Christ, by the time they get out of there, the reporter's like, oh my God, I'm never talking to her ever again. I don't know. I'm sorry if the rest of the country feels the same way, but I would give it till Friday afternoon. If you don't see nothing this shit unchanged by Friday afternoon, it ain't nothing gonna happen. Just my personal opinion.
Well, that wonderful lady from Arizona is now leading in the counts.
I
The
don't
good
even
one
know.
or
I
the
don't even
bad
know
one?
how she was behind any time. Well, the one that makes you really go crazy is frickin' Pennsylvania. I'm like, what are them people nuts? You're going to tell me
Right.
the Pennsylvania people are that? I can't even fathom that. Fetterman. I don't have a time like you. Fucking lurch bastard. I'm like, shut up. He needs to go around him to get dressed in the freaking morning. And Shapiro, oh my God, Shapiro walks around with a gigantic jar of fucking lip lube to kiss everybody's ass and anything else.
Lip lube. That's bacon grease, Rhino. It's bacon grease.
Whatever. He's got a personal assistant that carries around a 55-gallon drum behind him.
Well, we were just saying earlier, it's amazing how all those states where their representatives weren't even close in beating their competitors 2 weeks ago, all of a sudden all of them won with no campaigning, no nothing. They all win and put the popular candidates out by pretty much the same margin, anywhere between 11 and 14% in all of those states.
Okay,
Pretty
well,
amazing.
I have a question on the one. So, okay, if you're the state of Pennsylvania, everybody in that state ought to take the next 3 days off and call in and say, you know what? We got the election flu. Until you unfuck this state, we're going to stay on the election flu. Have a nice day. Firemen, policemen, everybody that counts. Sorry, we're not going to work. Unfuck our state. Same way with Illinois. I'd tell Pritzker to go fuck himself. I said, you better go on vacation and never come back because this shit with child and vaccinations and schools and all this other non-detainable horse shit you're trying to push through in the first of the year, you need to go. Everybody there should stay the fuck home. Every Chicago Police Department personnel should say, you know what? We're just going to sit in our cars and we're not going to respond to no calls, no nothing. Go ahead and try to fire every fucking one of us.
And you should look into the bloodline that Pritzker comes from too. That's interesting.
Well, I didn't know Kamala Harris, the connection she had of who she's aligned with. I said, holy shit. I'm like, all these bastards are hooked together at the hip.
Oh yeah.
But see, the one that this country hasn't learned, and we need to take a lesson from the country to the south. They forced that issue down there. They shut the entire country down. Not just half of it, the entire country. He goes, go ahead, try to run this country without with none of the bridges, none of the airports, none of nothing. They shut everything down. And he said, go ahead, make our day.
What are they doing in South America? Is anybody keeping track of that?
Well, they're being peaceful, but they're still holding tight. The government's trying to be weasel its way, and they're like, nope, 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 don't think so, don't think so.
Well, that's good. At least they're fighting for decompression chambering.
Well, I mean, here is, I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It's like, okay, realistically, I don't give it. I mean, personally, at this point in time, I really don't give a shit about the 150 million people that are dead flat asleep. If you're that fucking brain dead and you're that stupid, you know what? Life needs to bite you in the ass. If you can't run with the fucking rest of the dogs, that's too bad. You get left behind. Either snap out of it, throw a pair of balls, wake the fuck up real quick, and start running with the lead dogs, or fuck it, you stay in the back. If you fall off the face, too bad. I mean, really, that's not a nice way to be it, but oh well. At this point in time, we've kissed these people's ass for 3, 4, 5 years now. Sorry, if you ain't awake and you ain't in the game, you're goddamn bad.
Well, answer this. Okay, so if you go look at any poll anywhere on the Congress, they have a 16% approval rating. Why are we not just voting in some people we don't even know who are? Why aren't they trying to clean this mess up? Everybody wants to say, oh, Congress is the problem, but nobody wants to vote their guy out. Why is that?
I don't know. Well, when you start voting dead people that have been dead for 2 months and it's like, oh, okay, oh, we voted a dead dude in. Well,
Yeah, I'm not going to buy that either.
Let's see, because when everybody don't, we're so old, disenfranchised, and all this other shit. I'm sorry. You need to have an ID to buy a pack of smokes, to get on a plane, to buy liquor, to buy anything else. You know what? You don't have an ID, your fucking ass doesn't vote. It's simple as that. I don't care if you're black, pink, purple, yellow, red, whatever, chartreuse, whatever color you want to be called. It doesn't matter. And if you're too lazy to not go get an ID, then guess what? Your ass doesn't vote. Simple as that. You don't like it, tough fucking shit. It's time
I'm
this
54
country
years
stops
old.
being politically
I'm
correct.
54 years old, and I have to show an ID to buy a pack of cigarettes and a can of beer. You're exactly right. It's no big deal.
I mean, it's amazing. And this shit with the ballots and all this other shit. Well, my question is, when it comes time for the elections, why can't the military do the fucking shit? Have them. If you have a license, most of your license now come with a Q card or some other fucking shit on the back. You get a ballot, it matches, your license matches that Q card that's on the ballot, da 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 da. And that's what you take with you or whatever. Or they scan your shit when you get there and it whips out a ballot, you fill the bitch out, boom, you stick it in a box.
And no machines.
Well, that's fine. No machines. I can deal with that. Okay. Then everybody's got to get off there. Oh, we're in such a big hurry. Oh. Well, Jesus Christ, with the machines now, it's like, well, it sure as hell ain't no faster because it takes weeks. And
Well,
I
it's
mean,
like they said, if Paris can do no machines and have it all counted, then there's no reason this country can't, because Paris has
the
more
only
people.
one that should have mail-in ballots are the people in the military that aren't fucking there. I'm sorry. Like some of these other things, well, yeah. It's like, okay, maybe in certain circumstances, maybe, but this stuff's gotten way out of hand. No drop boxes, none of that bullshit.
Well, there don't need to be. And I hear a lot of people saying, and I don't think it's a bad idea, but I'll tell you why it won't work. Why isn't it a national holiday that every election Tuesday? Well, okay, what are you going to do with your healthcare workers? It's not an option. People still need to be taken care of. You're not going to get your nurses. You're not going to get your doctors. Give them an early voting thing. I get it. Your military is going to have mail-in voting if they're overseas, period. Go back to simplifying this bull crap and stop all this complicated bullshit.
I'm just gonna say no disrespect to anybody, but I'm gonna go down and listen in the chat because my eyes are starting to droop, and I don't want to fall asleep on the channel again. Not that it's not interesting.
If you do, we just make fun of you, and it's all fun.
I know. I'm just exhausted, so I don't want to fall asleep. It's not anything to do with the conversation. It's just I'm wiped.
This is a professional channel for those that have sleep insomnia and apnea. So
Napnea?
anytime you feel to fall asleep, apnea, yeah.
I love you guys.
Love you too.
Good night, Brenda.
Yeah.
Good night, Brenda.
When rhinos stampede, I have to find a safe place to nap so I don't get ran over.
Well, I think you just came up with something that either you did or I did. That's a good medical term for falling asleep. Apnea.
Sleep napia, you mean?
Sleep napia.
Oh, well, obviously there's sleep apnea, but napnea, that hell is sleep napnea.
No, we're gonna need a tow
Yeah,
truck.
and that George Bush program, Leave No Man Behind. I'm sorry, they're gone, man. They're too far in my rear view mirror anymore to help them out. I can't, whenever they're pulling out this BS about what it's got to be, we got to have 83.2549% of people woke before we do something. I never was. That's when I left those people a long time ago. And I think y'all know who I'm talking about, that private detective from Seattle. That crowd there. Go ahead. I don't want to be disrespectful to Wayne Willett, or whatever his name is, but just lost my interest when they said that. It was ridiculous. What was it, 83%?
Yeah, it started out 75%, then it went to 80%, then it went to 82.5%. And just like you say, they just kept pushing the numbers and pushing the numbers and pushing the numbers. Yeah, I'm like Rhino. There's not that many people that are paying attention to this stuff.
Well, there was a poll that 75% of the people didn't like the way the road that the country was on. So right before the election, that should have been kind of like parallel to what we saw come out being reported. But you see how that is, and that's just another factor, circumstantial evidence that what they did again to all of us. They did it again. And I'm hoping that this guard stuff isn't some stupid dog and pony show. You know what I mean? Just for visual effects. I hope it's not, because I don't know.
I see.
I'm out of suggestions at that point. You know what I mean?
You're right. All right, I can see Rhino's back there, but it's not showing his avatar yet. Hang in there, Rhino. He's had an awful time. We're going to get another tow truck in here and pick him up. Maybe. Oh, there he fell off.
Oh yeah. So now the new theory from Mr. Willett is that he's going to be arrested Thursday.
On Wednesday.
Oh, that was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
It's already Thursday now, at least here in Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
So that's supposed. The new theory is that's supposed to be a good thing if they arrest Trump, right?
That's
So
what they're saying.
was the special
Yeah.
forces going to break him out of prison, and then we're going to turn all this around after they arrest Trump? I mean, what are they going to keep on saying that till it's another Epstein type thing? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying. I'm being sarcastic, right? So
Right.
all this stuff is.
Well, that has to be one of the two stupidest ones I've heard. Okay, you already have a core bunch of individuals in this country that can't stand Donald Trump. Now, if you arrest him, there's going to be that much many more that it doesn't matter what happens after they arrest him. He could be exonerated, charges dropped. It doesn't matter. He could be cleared as anything. You can put the evidence in front of their face. They're never going to believe it. All they're going to hear, Donald Trump was arrested. He's a piece of fucking shit. And they ain't never
Yep.
going to hear nothing else beside that.
Nope.
So that's the stupidest one. And then the other one is, oh, he's going to become Speaker of the House. And do what? So that means he lied for the last 2 fucking years.
Well, okay. So if they nominate him for Speaker of the House, why does that mean he lied for 2 years? Because he hadn't said anything.
Well, he said we got all the evidence. Why would you take?
Okay, but
Why
you're
would you
still
go
you're
from
still
the top job
but-
to a less
but
than
you're-
the top job?
but you're still bashing on something just because if I have all the evidence in the world that proves that you committed a crime, but I can't get a judge to hear it, it's no good. It doesn't matter if it's video, audio, all of it. It doesn't matter. You still have to get somebody to hear it.
Well, there's still going to be till the middle of 2023 if that's the scenario they're doing. So I mean, shit is all just stupid at this point in time. It's just really.
Well, I know it sounds crazy. I agree with you, David. It all sounds crazy, but you look at it. I'm not trying to give weight to that theory, of course, but the speaker are the ones that proposes what comes up on the floor, right, to be
Right.
voted on. So I don't know, man. I'm tired of all the BS. I'm kind of like you now. I want to see those Marines get out there, get in action again. So,
We want to. I mean, it's just. I mean,
they got too many splinters in their behind right now, in my opinion. They need to get off that bench.
I don't see how
Get
much
some
more they want.
exercise. Get
I
some
don't see how
exercise.
much more they want this country to take. It's like, 'cause I don't think we're going to survive to 2024. That's just like Biden's poking the Saudi bear now, and the Saudis like, fuck you, asshole.
He's
That's
already
exactly what they said.
he come out today and said there's not going to be any more drilling. There's not going to be any more anything. Our natural resources are worthless at this point. What's he going to do? I'll guarantee you in the next week, gasoline's fixing to jump through the fucking.
Oh, it already
roof.
went up 30 cents in a day here.
There you go.
So,
There you go. They made it.
It
they
went.
made it.
It went up. It went up $1. It's up
Wow.
over $6 a gallon now again.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. You can thank your wonderful governor, I'm sure. Excuse me. Sorry about that. It was an emergency.
Yeah, I mean, now that everybody who knows, here they come.
right.
I don't know. I think the next 2 years, best case scenario, the next 2 years is we're in a lame duck session and we slow some of this bullshit down. And it's not going to be fun.
I got a notice today that our electrical rates are going up pretty substantially because of electricity and transportation of it. And I mean, I live in a very tiny apartment. And my bill is $400. And believe me, my energy, and I can't imagine homes can pay for their bills. They're less can't even imagine trying to heat a home, or my place is tiny and it's $400 a month. For us.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I was just sick.
I was actually
sick.
looking online today to find out where the cheapest countries were to retire. There's some cheap ones, and you can live like a king for nothing. We were actually talking
Ours,
about it
baby. One of ours is 200 of theirs.
Yep.
Well, the Philippines is up there. One of ours is 57 of theirs right now, which, woohoo, not bad at all.
Yeah. Is there anything in the Philippines? I mean, you couldn't just go rent a place, could you? You probably buy it for nothing.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, he'll be back.
Are you getting any more rain, RH?
Not right now. There's kind of like a break in action, I guess. I'm just kind of wiped out, had an 8.5 hour show the other night. Tonight
That was a good show. That was a good
over
show.
4 hours tonight, and I was dodging frying pans, cast iron skillets tonight, and
Oh boy.
Helen said to me tonight she's going to put me up on that block to sell me, so
Going up on the auction block, huh?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I
Damaged
watched
goods
your
is
show
not going to be good, Helen.
today.
Damaged goods is not going to sell for much.
It's kind of hard when you're talking to yourself for so long. I was like, is anybody even listening? Like,
Well, I was going to come over there and come up. I was in the middle of something, and then when I went back to find you, I couldn't find you anywhere. And Brenda said, "Well, are you going live?" And Country said, "Are you going live?" And I said, "Well, I hadn't planned on it. I didn't know." I said, "I don't have anything to talk about." And then,
oh, you helped out a lot last night, right? It was last night or night before. My days are running together.
Yeah, last night that was your good show. That was a really good show.
I
Was
watched
Tuesday night?
the whole show.
Really?
I
Are you
watched
serious?
today. I watched the whole show from last night. Yes.
Wow. You didn't fall
was
asleep
good.
that whole time? You didn't fall asleep the whole
No.
time? I'm
No, it
serious.
She didn't
What?
say that,
What?
RH. She said she watched the whole show. She didn't say she slept though. She didn't say she was
Oh,
awake for the whole thing. She said she
okay.
watched the whole show.
That's all right if
I'm
you
just
had
messing
sleep
with you.
nap you.
Nap,
I'm
yeah.
just messing with you, RH.
No, that's cool. I mean,
No.
I'm about to fall asleep myself sometimes when nobody was talking or nobody was writing in chat. I was sitting there, dang, I've been on here. My days are running together because Monday night, it was an all-nighter, right? I stayed up until the elections, right? And I went and voted. I got at my polling location like 20 minutes before they opened. There was already like 25 people, and they were only it was a huge ballot. I mean, they had amendments to the Constitution, all kinds of crap, all these judges on there. And even though I had my sample ballot already filled out, all I had to do was just mark, copy my marks I had on the sample ballot. It still took me like 20 minutes just to fill in all those damn ovals, right? You know what I mean?
What are you showing us there, Echo Crash?
I was disappointed. I voted in the Roadrunner for dog catcher, and he didn't win. I was upset. I was upset.
The fastest dog catcher in the West, Roadrunner, right?
Beep, beep, beep.
I see your deers on the wall there, Don.
You haven't seen shit yet. My son is number one in the Los Costadores competition. His deer scored 211. He shot it a week ago. I got to send you pictures. I think I did,
Cool.
but maybe not.
Well, I didn't get them if you did.
That's
Travis
fine.
don't get
I'll
nothing on
send it
his
to you.
email unless it comes from Nurse Julie. You got to send the shit to Nurse Julie first.
Nurse Julie's the bomb.
No,
Kickstand.
she's the bottleneck because you got to send shit to her first if she wants to see whether it goes to Travis or not. Travis' email, it don't take nothing. Text message,
Oh,
nothing.
now my text messages don't. My emails always work.
Wait till you see my drawing tomorrow of the kickstand.
Oh boy.
Did y'all see Jeffrey's comment in the chat?
Yeah.
Well, haven't they elected a lot of people that died in the 1800s too?
Well, I don't know about that, but this guy was in office.
Oh, that's right.
They reelected him.
They took a lot of votes from people that died in the 1800s.
Well, you know
Right.
what? That's a very good point. So I guess all the dead people are sticking together, huh?
They're
Hey,
not
all right.
changing. They're not changing their parties since 1800, right? 1860 to 1865.
No doubt.
Hey, all right. The Pennsylvania voted in a dead man and a Fetterman goofy, no lie. What, I don't know how you spell it, but Fetterman or whatever his name is. Can you believe that? That tells you everything.
No,
It was all stolen.
well,
Trust me, I know a lot of Pennsylvania people.
You know what Fetterman's
They're good people.
Yes.
You know what Fetterman's affiliation is? He's a Davos operative.
Echo crash.
Am I echoing again?
Does a bear fucking shit in the woods?
Son of a bitch. Okay, I'm away. Bye.
Travis is looking at his crystal ball, and he's saying there's a crash in store for the Search for Truth Hotel. Echo Bravo Charlie. Echo Romeo.
This is almost.
1
This is that's
5.
almost as bad as what we did to that other channel the other night. We all had our YouTubes running in the background.
Fucking done.
It was just a big squeal on my end. Squeal, 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 squeal. I was going. It was funny though.
Charlie, Romeo, Alpha, Sierra, Hotel, 1 1 1.
He's a retard.
What?
Hit him
We
with
still
a
got
frying
some people
pan in
over
the
there on this.
head.
Okay, there we go.
Well, I can't wait to hear what the big announcement is from Numbnuts on the 14th. That ought to be. Ooh. I don't think it's going to be what everybody thought it was.
But see, that's the thing is I don't think it's going to be what everybody thinks it is either.
No, if he's stupid enough to, I'm gonna run in 2024. I said, oh well, that just means you conceded 2020 there, asshole. Good job. Woohoo.
I actually think that's what he's going to say.
You think it is what he said? What he's going to say?
Yeah, I think he's
Nope.
just going to come out and go, I'm going to run, and that's going to. Yeah, I that's what I think
Well,
he's going to do.
if he does that, then he ain't got a chance in hell of running for dog catcher.
Oh, I'm with you 100%. But I'm just saying that I think that's what it's going to be. We've heard so many times dates, and they, it's just more. I really don't.
Put it this way. I think it's going to be Friday afternoon. If you don't hear something on Veterans Day Friday afternoon that this shit has been reversed or this shit's going on, he ain't got to worry about next week. He really don't.
Yeah.
What's up? Oh, there you go. Echo crashes back.
It says he will not concede 2020. Well, if he does say he's going to run in 2024, he'd already done conceded 2020. It's a simple fact.
That's
He can't do
that's kind of
both.
what me and Don or me and RH were talking about last night. That's kind of a shady area because I think the same thing. If he's going to have to rerun, then it does kind of mean that he is conceding because he's going to have to redo the whole deal. So I don't know. It's a hell of a mess we got going on. That's what I can tell you.
Well,
I
mean,
just-
realistically,
I just don't understand why he would say what Rhino was saying. We've got it. We've got them all. We caught them all. I mean, say that unless you really caught them all. So, you know, and the other
And I
thing
agree.
was like last Christmas. Oh boy, we're all gonna have a Merry Christmas. You're all gonna be happy. And he made another comment. You're gonna be all very happy. That isn't even funny anymore. It's just like you say that.
Well, and just like we were talking earlier, though, if concrete evidence that proved, or let's just flip it the other way. Let's say Rhino had a concrete evidence that proved that I was guilty of crime, and he's taking me to court. If you can't get a court to hear it, your evidence is worthless. And I don't think that some of those billionaires spent millions of dollars finding out that information just to let it go by the wayside.
Well,
it's
And
like,
for-
okay, the one the Supreme Court said if one vote was tampered with, then the election was null and void. And the second one was that if there was foreign interference in the election, that was supposedly proven with the servers we got from Germany. Okay, I'll take that at times, but maybe we did, maybe we didn't get the servers, so we can crotch that one. Well, the second or third one just came back a month or so ago. They got kinetic. There was shit found on the servers inside of People's Republic of China. There's your 13848 foreign interference in our election. It's null and void. So why was he not back in office a month ago? Forget all this other bullshit. Boom, over with, done.
Okay, why did it be a month ago? Why couldn't it have been 18 months ago? Because if any illegal alien voted in this country, null and void.
Well, exactly, but I mean, he's wasted 2 years.
Okay, so
bullshit.
Now this is my opinion. So here's what we have to have happen. We need the Supreme Court to say, okay, you got to send it back to the states, and the states are going to have to prosecute that because it should be on a state level. We do not want national elections. We do not. The states need control because that separations of powers. We don't want the federal government, just like the Supreme Court's doing now. They're sending all this stuff back to the states because it's not a federal thing. They're taking away our rights one at a time unconstitutionally. Okay, so when are your people going to start voting on the issues instead of our politicians? When's the last time anybody voted on a gun legislation? Boy, it's been a long damn time in Oklahoma because we don't put up that shit. Just saying.
Well, that's just like the red flag laws are all bullshit.
Exactly.
The red flag law should be all thrown out and said unconstitutional. That's bullshit. Because okay, say I know RH has guns and me and RH get in a spat, I can call up and say, "Oh, RH is off his marbles, off his meds. Oh, he's talking crazy." And they come in and deal with their fucking bullshit, and they take all his guns for no reason, and all it was is because me and RH are having a spat.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
bullshit. And then he has to go back and pay a lawyer to get his property back, whether he was in the wrong or not. That's what's wrong about
well,
that.
good luck with that. Once they red flag them, you ain't never getting the shit back. They ain't.
I know people that have.
Well, that's good luck on that. That's like, I'll give you an example of mine. I got hit with a DUI that was a .07, and they didn't read my Miranda rights, and I was transporting legal weapons from a legal residence to another legal residence, and I said something about them. Oh my God, they confiscated them and all this other bullshit. And then the court trial, the lawyer's like, oh well, it's just the state's attorney not being a bit, not being whatever. Oh well, what you got up there? Oh, we're going for forfeiture of the weapons and da 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 da. I said, oh yeah, and I paid you money for what, asshole?
Well, and there you go. You should
It's
probably
just
be
like,
able to sue. You should probably be able to sue that lawyer for not protecting your constitutional rights.
right. You
Did you
probably
know?
paid money to get it undone, but see, that's where Johnny Q. Citizen is handicapped because we can't play on that league because most of us don't have $10,000 sitting in there as a defense fund against all this bullshit that they try to go after you with. But
Right.
what they're counting on, and it's worked marvelous in this country. This people are so scared of January 6th and all this. This people, we should have been back on November 6th and 7th of 2020 going ape shit crazy. We should have been just like a South American country. We should have been going ape shit crazy. And I'm sorry, the Republicans need to go to fight school and learn how to grow a pair of balls. Because if you say something against a Republican, oh my God, he runs away like a little
They right.
crying bitch.
They
Now
resign.
A
They circle the
Democrat
wagons.
will.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference, Rhino. Okay, so if a Republican does something illegal, the Republicans don't even want that shit going on, so they don't circle the wagons. If a Democrat does it, they don't give a shit. They circle the wagons and they protect their own. I'm sorry. At some point, the Republicans need to learn that tactic from those idiots. And I'm not saying it's right because then we're going to have people in there that are doing the wrong things that are going to get away with it. And I'm not cool with that.
Right. But I mean, hell, they'll serve out till the last day, and you'll be dragging them out the building, kicking and screaming. I'm innocent. Right. As you see the piles of cash falling out their pockets.
Right. But then the Democrats will always come back and say, "Oh no, y'all took that out of context. We got to stop the mop up smear up campaign." Tell a lie and myth enough times and get the news to report it. They are good at that. How many times have we talked about the wrap up smear?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean.
Good night, Sissy K. We love you too.
Nah, good riddance. Good riddance, wench. Good riddance.
Good night, Sissy K. Love you.
Yeah. That's exactly right, John. But the difference is the Dems will stand up for the Dems and the Republicans won't do it because we have a moral compass. Well, I think I'm going to get out of here too. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm sure my mother's got stuff I've got to do tomorrow. Friday, we're going back out to where we're going to go pick some more stuff up from Mom's and going to go see my uncle. Haven't seen him in a while.
No.
Those old folks will be falling down, breaking a hip one of these days.
I just want to, while David's still here, I wanted to ask him, this is the craziest stuff I've ever seen, but what do you think about the U.S. Paying for 45 T-72 tanks to be renewed or whatever and put back into service for Ukraine?
Really?
So we're paying the Czech Republic to renew, basically restore 45 Russian tanks for the Ukrainians to use. Can you make this? You can't even make this stuff up.
Well, that's like sending, supposedly the 101st Airborne is over there auditing bombs or ammunition or some shit. I'm like, the 101st Airborne does not audit bombs. They only audit bodies they kill and send to somewhere else to be sorted out by their maker. I'm like, yeah, I can see the 101st Airborne landing with a bunch of clipboards and a stack of pens. Okay, boys, fan out and count all these missiles or bomb or Mark 17s and shit. I'm like, come on now.
Right.
It's just, I mean, that's like the javelin. They got so many. They got so many javelins there. There's enough javelins there for every man, woman, and child to have 3 of them.
But they need some more.
Yeah. Okay.
That deputy spokesperson for the Pentagon, she was being hammered when the people were asking her about that the T-72 tanks. They're asking, well, we thought Russia didn't have any more munitions, so where are they going to get the munitions for the T-72 two tanks that y'all going to pay for to be renewed, right? Where are you going to get the munitions for them? She's
Okay,
up there
but
doing a
realistically,
tap dance, right?
but okay, realistically, if you're going to refurbish the tanks, by the time they get done, the war is probably going to be over. I mean, it's got to take it what at least on the fastest. I mean, if you're busting ass, it's got to take at least 2 months to rework one of those.
If not longer. If not
No,
longer.
I'm just saying. I'm saying under 24 hours a day, 3 crews working on that shit 24 hours a day, which
Right.
isn't going to happen. But I'm saying because tanks are a pain in the ass to play with.
Are we laundering money there? Ooh.
Well, okay. The question I would have to ask too is,
No,
okay,
they wouldn't do that, Travis.
why would you send an aircraft carrier? Okay, it's shiny and brand newish, but it has a 60% rate of kicking planes off the end of the carrier compared to a Nimitz class carrier, which has a 98% reliability of kicking planes off the end of it. Yet we're going to go poke the Russian bear with a half-cocked aircraft carrier. Oh, but it's shiny and brand new and looks big and bad, but it can't do what it's supposed to fucking do. That makes no sense to me. I've never figured that out.
I think you better hope it's a freaking movie. They start handing out weapons, and you're one of the people that try to give you a weapon to.
I
I
don't know.
guess you better
I
throw
got
that
medically
popcorn in the
discharged.
garbage
I'm
can.
good. I'm good. I'm medically discharged. They got to do a lot of paperwork to put my ass back in there.
Oh, I can't. They can't put me back. We're
They
like,
got to
anyways, you're
a
over.
lot of paperwork.
They have to go. It's even. I think it. I mean, it. I don't even think the president could do that at this point when you're over
I'm not
60,
saying
right?
it can't be done because I had 3-inch letters across my SRB that said non-deployable, and God damn it, they didn't still send my ass over there on a carrier boat for a week. I asked that twice. I said, am I not supposed to be non-deployable? After the second time, they're like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, okay, that's the correct door, I guess. I'm like, fine.
They filed one your profile paperwork. Your
Shit, I
physical
was over on the
profile. They
boat for
filed
4
one.
days. I was on the boat for 4 days, and then I got the message. They got to go see the CO. I said, of what? They said of the boat. I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't been here long enough to do nothing that bad yet.
Money for nothing and your tricks for free. Hell, you was just there as an observer. You can just you got your lounge chair, just got some suntan lotion, went out there on the deck and got you suntan.
Shit, that's all I did was sit in the ordnance shop and play on the computer. I wasn't doing dick. I said I got one hand and my thumb sticking up like I'm hitchhiking. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be able to do nothing. Can't even tie your stupid shoes. I'm like, so I had to go report and try to salute with a hand that's got a thumb sticking out of it. It's like, bling. Yeah, this is Rod reporting to the CEO about it. He's like, son, how did you get here? I said, well, we took a big plane to a little plane to a helicopter, something else, and they got it. He says, no, smart ass. It says on your SRB, non-deployable. I said, well, damn, sir, I asked that question twice, and I was told to shut the fuck up the second time. So I said, okay, I'll follow orders. He was laughing. He goes, yeah, I'd like to keep you around for comedy relief, but I can't do that. I said, oh, where are you going to send me? He said, I'm going to send you back. I was like, oh, damn.
She said, send me to Hawaii or send me back to the Philippines for another tour, right?
I said, I kind of like your boat. It's fucking fancy as hell. Food's good too. He says, so what are you doing in the ordnance shop? I said, no. I said, actually fucking off, but if the correct answer would be playing on a computer and doing this, this, and that, sir, but actually I'm fucking off.
I got you. Guys, I'm going to run everybody out.
Oh, damn since you skipped. Shit.
My pillow's calling me too, Gerald. Good night, brother.
My
Thank you for
pillow.
coming to
My pillow's still out there fighting too, though.
Yeah, I gotta go talk to my pillow about
Good night, RH.
ear problem or something.
Good to
Uh,
knock
Good night,
when
Travis.
it's noches. When it's noches.
Good night, Rhino.
Go
We'll-
tuck in.
we'll do it.
Go tuck in Perez out there in the weeds.
We'll do it again tomorrow, I'm sure.
You guys take care. Sleepy tight.
Thanks everybody for joining. We had a good time. I had a good laugh. Kind of brought me out of my funk. I appreciate everybody.
Ooh, Travis is in the funk. Ooh, Travis is in the funk. Ooh, get out of the funk, Travis. Come on, get out of the funk, big boy.
I'm telling you. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, guys.